I'm straining my eyes though, like trying to look at shit. Motherfucker, man.
Yeah, but I just dropped the link in the group.
Bet, bet.
We get
So
some people.
the title I have in here is like how to make millions in 2025. I
Oh,
think nowadays I've been the clickbait king,
yeah, dude, for sure.
and so I think we'll probably touch base on a couple things that we want to do in 2025. I have a couple ideas to be honest. Like I have an idea of which direction I'm moving in, and obviously a lot of it is contingent. Yo, what's up, Sinos?
Yo,
Um,
what's up, man?
a lot of look at this, bro. I'm fucking dying right now.
That's
So
laser eye for you right there.
yeah, but a lot of what I'm doing in 2025, two, it's contingent upon two things. One, obviously how well the business is performing, and how many stores we can actually get active. Two, how well the market performs.
Right.
I have a decent chunk of change in the market, obviously, and I don't want to leave it in there forever. I'm trying to get out of the market by like March, April. I don't know what the profits are going to look like. Like honestly, I'd pull out today if I didn't think it was going to be going anywhere over the next couple months, and I'd probably just put that money to work. But kind of just letting it sit because I know over the next couple months we should have a little bit more of a run, and based upon that, I think I'll be able to decide where I'm going to allocate some funds. I think the biggest thing is like being able to leverage it and like pour it into like real estate or something like that, and that's probably the direction that I want to go into next year.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, just coming out of the market, taking that cash and just putting it to work and setting up a foundation. I talk about this a lot, bro. It's just like with the cash and capital that you have, it's a matter of just setting up a foundation that's, I guess, bulletproof for the most part. When it comes to being able to one, generate passive income, and then two, just have something to lean back on. Because like a lot of people talk about, your plan A and your plan B
Uh huh.
when it comes to like you wanted to start a business, you wanted to make money online, you wanted to make money wherever. And the plan B is always, yeah, well, if it doesn't work out, I have my diploma and I can get a job. And for me, the way I see it is if you have a foundation set up, which is assets that consistently pay you residuals on a month to month basis. What's going on, man? But yeah, it pays you residuals on a month to month
So
basis.
whatever.
It'll put you in a position where that is your plan B. It's just something that you could fall back on, right? Especially coming from a place where, like, you might not necessarily have a support system. A lot of people have parents to kind of support them. A lot of people have other people in their lives that are in very good financial positions that can support them long term if anything were to go wrong.
Right.
They'd be able to front them a little bit of capital. We got a good chunk of people in here,
Yeah,
but
damn.
yeah, point being is what it really comes down to is you guys having an understanding of creating that foundation and not using those funds to like just go splurge on bullshit. And
Mm.
I find that's what a lot of people do, especially when you're young and you start making a little bit of cash. Like you just start splurging money on bullshit. What's going on, man? We're just talking about plans for 2025 to generate more revenue, make more money, and fucking get rich as shit.
That's
So
it.
point being is, yeah, you're young, you start making a little bit of money. You might start seeing your first 5 to 10K a month, and you're like, fuck it, I can make a car payment, I can go into debt and afford to pay these things on a month to month basis. But just because you're able to do that doesn't mean you're going to be able to do that forever. And that money could have been put towards, a foundation that puts you in a very secure financial position. Like these assets aren't necessarily to help you cash flow monthly. It's more so just a place to park your cash where inflation isn't going to beat it. And you're able to leverage the bank's money in order to pay off those loans so that you actually have money later on if you do decide to sell those properties. Like personally, bro, even getting into real estate now, obviously the objective is to cash flow, but you can't expect to cash flow that much money off real estate unless you're like heavily invested into like multifamily homes. You have like, a big apartment complex, triplexes, duplexes, and stuff like that. Like aside from that, single family homes at a decent price, you might cash flow a couple $100 a month at most. So it's more so just the fact that you have the ability to leverage the bank's money, take the bank's money and pay it off with somebody else's money so that later down the line you have the funds to essentially, sell the home and use that to basically repeat the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, 100%. And like the thing is, it's like you said, what happens is you make your money from appreciating over time in the market rather than just the cash flow, right?
Yeah, like I don't know. I just feel like in today's day and age, people base their life off of the income that they have coming in on a month to month basis. It's like, okay, I'm making 10K a month right now. Cool. Let me just go buy this. And that's why most people end up living paycheck to paycheck because they maximize their expenses based on how much money they have coming in every month without
Yeah.
understanding how to leverage the funds that they have.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, yeah, 100%, 100%. I do agree with you. I'll go to. We'll see you guys do business. Okay, man. Appreciate you. But yeah, so I guess with that being said, like that's kind of the direction that I'm heading in over the course of the next year. I don't know where I'm going to be at the end of next year. But it's a matter. I don't know. Like I've always looked back on every single year, and I think once again this year for me was just a very big year when it came to personal growth. But moving into next year, like I'm locked in on the finances, and that's how I was last year. So I do think a big financial year is coming up next year. But yeah, what's it kind of looking like for you, plans and stuff like that? Hey, you're also getting married, bro.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
So what like
So it's gonna be a bad financial year for me then.
don't say that, bro.
No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, I mean, what's it looking like though? Like personal life, business related.
Yeah, things are good. With that being said, like it kind of pushes me into where like I feel like I've been sitting in the past few months of like feeling more content in a way of like in a bad way. Like you almost get like comfortable, you get content, you get like complacent with where you're at.
Yeah.
And recently just been working on just lighting that fire under me a bit more to kind of push into next year, which I've got like some plans of increasing cash flow so that I can deploy it into more assets, because that's kind of like what you were saying, but that's kind of my big goal with 2025 is to just obtain more assets, and build up my portfolio that way, whether that's investing in real estate, just buying things that I can park cash into, like you said, that can appreciate, can grow, and just again beat the bank in that way.
Yeah. I think I'm always in that hustler's mentality too, bro, because here's the thing, like if I make a big chunk of change and I take, let's just say $250,000 and I had $250,000 sitting in cash in my bank account, it's like you feel nice, but then you're just like, all right, well, it's just there. So you don't really feel like you have to grind all that much. You have, $500,000 in your bank. You don't feel like you have to work that much.
No.
But if you take that and you park it into like an asset like real estate where you don't even see the money, you're like, shit, I'm broke as fuck. So then it puts you back in that mind state where you just have to grind and try to make the money back. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
But whole time mentally, because you're not seeing that cash, you do see the asset, but the asset's not liquid cash in the sense where you're just able to go take it and go buy a car if you wanted to, or go take it and go buy whatever if you wanted to. You get what I'm saying? So because of that, mentally, you're always in that hustler's mindset, hustler's mentality, always trying to work your way back up, make the cash back. Because it feels
Yeah.
like a loss at that point.
Oh, big time. It's like a subconscious thing, right?
Yeah. Rick
I
said he
kind of
got
talked
married
about.
last year, spent 30K in a week in Vegas. Go hard, baby. I heard if you get married in Vegas, it means you don't love your wife.
Shit.
I actually heard that. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm not just like throwing shots, bro. I swear to God, I heard that.
Yo, that's crazy.
Uh, but oh, you also got married last year. Did you get married in Vegas, bro?
That's what broke people say. Shit.
I'm not gonna lie. The person I heard that from was pretty fucking wealthy.
Yeah, Florida, cool.
Yeah. Okay. Solid. Marriage in Florida sounds like a good family home.
Yeah, anyways, what I was saying about like next year, like one of the big things is expanding cash flow, like heavily leveraging kind of what I talked about last last call was leveraging more digital products and subscription based, I guess, models in and throughout my like ecosystem of current business. So yeah.
Let's see if this works. Perfect. Never mind. Fuck. Bet.
Um, but yeah, let
Yeah.
us know in the chat, guys, where what you kind of are going to be working on in 2025, like opening it up, like looking at a year. Like we talk a lot on a month to month basis, week to week basis. You know, what are the kind of goals and things that you want to be working on? You know, moving into 2025, is it doubling down on what you've got currently going on? Is it, you know, pivoting towards something? Is it, you know, what is it? Let us know in the chats of kind of what you guys are thinking in your own minds too.
Yeah. Yeah. I think why are you wearing glasses inside Shelton? I got LASIK. So I got like blood in my eyes and stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I made a video on this yesterday, and somehow I was able to connect me wearing glasses inside to people, and I'm not shooting shots at you, Rich, but people making false judgments of individuals without knowing what their personal life looks like. Reason why I say that is you might see somebody driving around a Lambo, but the whole time the Lambo could one be rented. The Lambo could be their friend's car, it could be their dad's car, it could be whatever. I don't even know why I'm touching base on this now. But Rich is judging me right now. But yeah.
Yo, with that being said, what percentage of the people that you see on social media flaunting and flashing, like what percentage do you think is fake?
Um I don't know if I want to say it's fake, but it's not always what you think it is. Now the reason why I'm gonna say that is if you really break down the numbers, if you look at like a car that might be like $500,000 and like what the monthly payments are on a car that might be $500,000, it's really easy for somebody to go into debt and be able to make those monthly payments to have, let's say, even we'll put into perspective, like a McLaren 720S, you can find one for like 170,000. And even if you were to somehow finance that vehicle for, $0 down, on a month to month basis, it's not difficult for somebody to be able to make those monthly payments. And then for you to just go out and be able to post a video of that. And then on top of that, let's say maybe not even be paying rent, maybe living at home, could be living at their girlfriend's house. Like a lot of these things you don't know. And those situations are just portrayed on social media when, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that difficult to look rich if you want to look rich. Because the question that I ask myself and what I see a lot of on social media is you see these people driving Lamborghinis and driving all these cars, and they might have, or they might not have those cars, but they have like a nice penthouse suite somewhere and they're paying like all this money on rent, but then they have no money in assets that obviously cost a significant amount in liquid cash to like invest in.
Yeah,
And like think about it. You might have people spending like 5, 6K a month on rent and not have the ability to go out and put a down payment on a rental property. When for the most part, you could find rentals for like $250,000, put down 20%, it might be like 40 grand. And they might not even have 40 grand liquid cash and they might be making like 40, 50K a month, but spending all of that on their living expenses.
right.
So what it comes down to is like people might be making money on social media, but a lot of people don't have financial literacy, especially when they're young. Like the drive is in the wrong place, especially out here, like in Florida. If you go down to Miami, like people might make, a quick bag off one thing, but in the grand scheme of things, just have no bread.
Yeah,
They might have like one flex that worked. For example, you build a Shopify store, you run it up to 100K a month, you run that for 3 months, end up selling off the store, get a good chunk of change in cash, and then you're never able to do it again.
yeah.
Like I've seen that happen as well. So when it comes down to the percentage of people on social media, I think the people, for whatever reason, the people that flaunt the most on social media are either one, the most insecure, or are just not doing as well as people think they are. And that's what
Mhm.
they're using to like grow their social media because that's what they're trying to make money off of.
Hmm.
The reason why like I don't know, that's how I see it. I think everybody's different because me, I want to be into like this content stuff and whatnot, but I can't even find it within myself to like go flex stuff on social media.
Just you
Like
as a person, you mean it's not worth it for the engagement?
like me as a person, I feel gay
Yeah,
doing it, bruh.
dude,
I'm not gonna lie, I feel
that's
fucking like
honestly
I
the biggest thing. Yeah, it's
yeah,
you just know it's like it's cringe, you know. But like, yeah, I don't know.
yeah. And mind you, like it's a matter of like the way that it's done, for one. But the other thing is I'm just not that type of person. So for me to go out and do something that's like out of my character is like it's just not authentic. And like especially when you're on social media trying to be like a genuine person and you're
Yeah,
pushing stuff that's just not authentic, like it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't go hand in hand.
big time.
But yeah, what about you? What do you think?
Oh, dude, 100% agree. Like, I've, I've been in a position to like, post stuff like that, and I always hated it. I just hated it. I knew that like,
Yeah.
it works sometimes, but I just, it's just again not genuine to me. So that's one of the reasons why like I've been posting much on socials.
Yeah. The thing that you have to look at too is like there's a difference between your personal brand and then let's say doing it for the purpose of like an actual brand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Big time,
Um,
big time.
and the reason being is when it comes to posting or like flaunting, let's say, higher value things for, let's say you're running a clothing brand, it creates perceived value in the products that you're offering,
For sure.
and it creates a sense of urgency for the customers that are buying, and it helps the overall brand vision. But when it comes to your personal brand, it shapes you as a character and what people will think of you.
Oh yeah, you have to be really dialed into like what you stand for as a person and your personal brand compared to because
Yeah.
when you're doing branding for like a brand, it's not attached to your personal brand. You have to create the vision. You have to yeah create that perceived value like you said or that perceived
Yeah, like that's
identity.
what dictates what people are going to buy products off of you for, and that's what dictates how people see that brand. But like if you're posting and you don't look humble, then people are going to hold an opinion about you that you're not a humble person.
Right.
And that's inevitable. Like you can't do anything about that. And that's the difficult thing about social media. I don't know if you've been seeing the stuff about Travis Hunter.
No.
So basically, long story short, now this is off topic, but I think kind of goes hand in hand because of like the whole brand thing. So he just won the Heisman Trophy. The you know what the Heisman Trophy is, right?
No, sir.
So basically football NCAA, it's like you're basically the best player in the country
Okay.
in all of college football. And he's been in a relationship with this girl, and people are seeing certain things on social media and hearing things that she's saying, and it's shaping an opinion about the girl when dude might have like a whole different opinion. He has a whole different relationship with the girl because he knows her, right? That's
Yeah.
his girl. So it kind of goes hand in hand because it doesn't matter who you are as a person and what you stand for personally. If you're posting things that look out of line for what you stand for, that's the opinion that people are going to hold of you because they don't know you.
100%.
It's the same thing with your brand. If you're posting things around your brand that are just out of line with what you're trying to offer, then people aren't going to associate your brand with the things that you want it to be associated with.
Yeah.
So that's kind of that. We only got 3 mans left in here right now. I'm tired. I've been yapping today.
Yeah, man. Especially with the wait, your vision's fine, right? Like
I
you can
could
see.
see, I could see, but it's tiring to keep my eyes open.
Weird. Yeah, you might have to just sleep it off.
Yeah, for like 3 months.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, so like, going back to kind of moving into the goals of this new coming year. I know you talked a lot about just like putting your money to work come this new kind of term, this new I guess chapter in your journey. Like why my question was is why do you want to do that come like April? Like is there a certain reason why you're trying to take money out of, some of your investments and put it towards real estate or what's making you feel that way?
We're expecting the market to crash by like March or April.
So
So
where do
because of
those
that,
do you know where those projections come from? I'm just like genuine, I'm just curious.
Mario.
That's what I was gonna say. He's probably just gonna say Mario.
Yeah. Um, but no, not only that, like historically, when I was last in like Ethereum and this last crypto bull run, I got fucked in like March, April. March,
Yeah,
April, May, that's when I got fucked in. Like a lot of things crashed.
so you saw that pattern last time.
Yeah. And then if you look at the chart again, for the one prior to that, I don't remember when it was, like 2017,
Hmm.
maybe 2017, 2018, around that time. Um, Same thing. So me knowing that, I would prefer not take the risk on that one there
Yeah.
and pull out and then just take that money and invest it into real estate because that's where I feel like I can set up a foundation
Yeah.
that's much more stable. And then from there, generating more cash flow. So then I can put those back into investments at those lower prices and then basically rinse and repeat the same thing. So I think what it comes down to is three different steps or phases, I guess, when it comes to creating, I guess you could say wealth. I don't know if I want to say wealth or just riches, just money in general, like a comfortable living environment for yourself. The first thing you have to figure out is where you're going to get your cash flow from.
Hmm.
And for the people that are like 9 to 5ers and stuff like that, like don't think that that cash flow is not something that could be leveraged. The main thing is literally just to be able to generate cash flow. Like I'm not saying in order for you to make cash, you have to go start a business or whatever it is. Obviously, yes, it might be more difficult if you're working a 9 to 5 to like have scalable income, but as long as you have some sort of significant income that you could use to then reinvest into assets that will not only one let you multiply your income, but two allow you to leverage your income. So in order to leverage your income, you park it in once again an asset like real estate and you essentially take out those loans to be able to pay back the bank and make the money that you just took out of the bank. And you pay back those loans by using other people's money by renting out those properties, whether it's Airbnb or whatever it is. So, for one, it's cash flow. Two, it's just multiplying your income. And then the third is parking it in what I like to call a foundation. And those foundations are usually something that's a little bit more bulletproof, more sustainable, and obviously a lot more likely to just hold your funds. So that's how I see it. Because at the end of the day, if you take your money and you put it in a savings account, it's just going to be sitting in a savings account. You might make 3% a year on it, unless you have like what a couple $1 million, which typically over $2 million, they don't necessarily pay out certain savings depending on what bank you're with, right? So if you're using the bank's interest to essentially grow or multiply your income or generate some sort of passive income, it's not sustainable because a large majority of people don't have $1 million sitting in liquid cash. So it's not sustainable in the first place.
Right.
Second of all, bank interest is like, in my opinion, a lot more shit than inflation. So you're probably going to be losing money on trying to gain interest based on what the inflation looks like. So that's why you have to be able to just park into things that are going to multiply. Like if you make 100 grand a year and you could take 20 or 25 and take that 25 and be able to even double it every year in whatever it is and then take it once it's doubled and then park it into another asset, that's going to allow you to leverage the bank's money, you're golden. Like you don't have to be running some large corporation and making $1 million a month in cash flow in order for you guys to be able to generate wealth over time. Yes, certain things are a little bit more difficult to do when you have less money coming in, but at the same time, they say more money, more problems, right? And like that's a thing that I personally live by. The more money you're trying to make, the more stresses that you're going to have in life. And obviously, the more money you're going to be able to leverage and make later on in the future. But low scale, high scale, it's the same thing. It's
Mhm.
things that are just built over time.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on what Rhett said? STR versus LTR. I assuming he means short term rental versus long term rental.
Um. So yeah, let me come back at his message.
Because I know
Mm,
you do long term, right? Like you have tenants.
yeah. So I think in terms of cash flow, short term rentals are always going to be a lot better. Granted that you could find a property that's profitable.
Mhm.
The thing is, you weigh out the pros and cons of every situation, right? So it comes down to what you want to do. If you're going to be running short term rentals, you're going to want to build a business around it for sure, right? And if you're going to be building a business around it, you're obviously going to need staff because you're going to need people to essentially be able to manage, you having it up on Airbnb or wherever you guys have it listed. When it comes to long term rentals, granted that you can find a good tenant that signs on, 2 years, 3 years, even a year, you just get that sorted out and you don't have to worry about the property again.
Right.
So it comes down to what you're willing to put up with and what your objective is. Would you prefer to make more capital but take on the headache of having to manage those short term rentals? Or would you prefer the peace of mind but less cash coming in? So for me personally, given the fact that I'm still trying to scale the company, I don't want to have to worry about the short-term rentals because that's just another headache that I'm going to have to deal with.
It's
That
like
personally, I don't fully have the mental capacity to deal with right now.
that makes a lot of sense. And at the
Yeah.
end of the day, it's like if you're playing the appreciation game, as well as any other benefits that come from real estate, and you're playing that long term game, and that's just your game. It's just a different game, probably, right?
Yeah. 100%.
But we got 4 minutes for anybody to drop any questions. We got 10 people in here. I'm not sure if we can see all 10 people unless they comment,
I don't
but
even know how this works. I've been enjoying these lives though.
I know.
Y'all got
Honestly.
me. Y'all got me yapping.
And I feel like YouTube Live's a little less glitchy than Circle too sometimes.
Facts. Dude only flies private.
Yeah, that's rich.
Y'all rate the drip?
Richie Rich. Yo, where's the Cartier, bro?
Fuck, I don't know.
Where's the new chain, bro?
Chain's here. The Cardi's upstairs.
When did you get that chain?
A while ago, to be honest.
Did you? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was a new piece.
Nah. I got it a while ago. I'm like, yo, I could start recording with this because it's
Yeah.
kind of nice.
The clickbait king.
Yeah, I'm the clickbait king nowadays. But
Yo, where'd you get those glasses?
these?
Are those the LASIK specials or what?
Nah, bro. I swear to God, I could show you. Give me a sec. I'm gonna show you my LASIK specials. My LASIK specials make me look like that emoji. Hold up.
Yo.
Hold up. I'm gonna show you these. These are drip, bro. Custom LASIK specials. I got 2 LASIK specials, matter of fact. So I'm gonna show you the first one, and you gotta tell me what you think about them, okay? So these are the initial LASIK specials that I put on.
Yo, that looks like you're about to go fucking hit the gun range or something. Yeah. Okay.
You're not ready for this next one, bro. Trust me. Look at this.
These are from LASIK. Yo. Guy's going to play airsoft right now.
I'm fresh. I'm fresh as shit.
Yo, wear those in your next video, dude.
I think I should.
Yeah, you should. And just don't say anything about them. Like, be dead serious.
People probably rate me.
Oh, probably, dude. The engagement would go high.
Oh yeah. Want to see you guys make billions. Yo, a chic.
Sheep. We got W's in the chat.
A chic in the chat, bro.
All right. Well, you want to wrap it up there?
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right, cool, man. There's the thumbnail right there. The double A6.
I think I could be a social media influencer.
Dude, you want to know what you should do?
Uh,
You should start rapping on SoundCloud, bro.
what am I gonna rap about?
Just do live stream raps.
I want you to rap, bro.
No, dude. Nobody wants me to rap.
You know who needs to rap? Your boy CJ, bro.
CJ. Oh fuck no, dude. That guy needs to just drink more water.
I thought you were gonna say he needs to drink more wine.
No.
I was like, bro. Oh man, I gotta cut the grass. I don't know. That's like a weekend job. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a weekend though.
And like the amount of weeds that I have in my backyard too, shit. It's not looking good for me right now.
Yeah, you gotta do like a backyard tour on the next live.
Let me get the grass green first.
Yeah, true. All right, bro. Let's
wrap it up.
wrap it
Appreciate
up.
y'all for tuning in. We'll catch you guys on the next live video. And with that being said, peace.